Well, not man. Well, let me just. I suck at intros. Let me just say that. Okay. I, I suck at intros. I just know you see. I'm not even gonna sit here and cap. We're not gonna do that because throat chakra gotta be open at all times. And it says, "Welcome to live chat. Remember to guard your privacy and abide by our community guidelines." That being said, this is entertainment purposes only. I'm speaking my thoughts. I'm not pushing anyone to believe anything that I'm saying. If you're viewing this video, hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. And let's get shit popping, you heard? If you're new, we're about to be back on this shit. Beginning of my YouTube to now was pretty much me going through awakening. So when you go to my old videos about time, I had to look back on them. I was still going through my awakening. So if you didn't hear me say a 2, 3, 4, I dealt with my ascendant master at the time. Now that I remember, well, think about it. The two parallels, 3 alternate, 4 states. Dealing with 9. Okay. Everything has 2 parallels, 3 alternates, and 4 states to it when it comes to a breakdown. Just like we're in the 6. Everyone's saying the 7. Can you stand on that though? There's nothing you're saying wrong though about the 7, because that's what's about to be introduced. But that's after New Year's, April 1st. Okay, entertainment purposes only. So like in my head, I be thinking I'm in January. For me, I mean, not thinking that I'm back, but I know I'm going off of solar time. Because really, if you wonder why they self-evaluate shit 3 months ahead of time, just planet, boom, see what happens, it's actually because the months line up on a cycle thing, because there's no number greater than 9. So when you're introduced to 10 through 12, the 10 through 12 always represents a rebirth. 3 can represent a rebirth, but that's I only say it's a rebirth because September is actually December on that cycle. Virgo, Virgin, birthing, Christ energy type shit, you feel me? So December and September lines up, but then that 12 for December being the 12th month, that's actually a 3. So now it goes back to a rebirth, okay? So the thing about the months is just 3 months off a little bit, and it goes dealing with Ezekiel's will, which is 4 quarters of the year, dealing with Ezekiel's will, dealing with carbon. Okay, if you haven't checked out, or if you don't understand what I'm saying, think Lionsgate portal. Because in reality, the Lionsgate portal was lined up on Halloween. Because if you peep the story, or check out Rashad Jamal, he actually broke that shit down, kept it 100, and gave clarity of what was going on. Because if you didn't know thyself, and well, I don't know if he said that, but I know for sure if you don't know thyself and you're trying to tap into some shit, I mean, you straight, but at the same time, upping your frequency, you actually gotta know who you are. Because dealing with Enoch, when he went, like how they introduced the heavens with numbers, I'm gonna say dimensions. But when the 5D probably hit 4D and 5D hit on left and right of the grid, left and right of the grid. Remember, the planet is your output to your body. You have inputs and outputs, inputs, outputs. You ever heard it goes in one ear and go out the other? You ever heard left or right? One pushes energy, one pulls in energy. That's why some people don't shake hands with left hands. Feel me? They shake with the right. So all type of shit, but it's just like music. Your body operates like harmonic frequencies, just like the sun and the planet does. If you look at my symbol, you're the X in between the triangle down and the triangle up. You put that together, it makes a 6-point star, which is the Merkaba. Merkaba actually represents how the alignments lined up when it goes around the 360. It's one triangle, do, then the aura. And then it keeps building. Okay, but really it represents the landmass. It's 8. Like how they say it's 8 continents, but it's +1. It's always going to be dealing with 9. And it's about to rise up. Feel me? It's going to rise up. But we ain't going to say too much on that. We just need to get back on January. Okay? Because really, this video is about January. So, like I said, there's no number greater than 9. So you have your 1 through 9, your January through September. So October you have 10, November you have 11, and December you have 12. That's a 1, 2, 3. Okay? So you have 3 months, January through March, then you have 6 months. But it works in threes every 3 months, right? That's a quarter of the year. Because 3 times 4 equals 12. 12 months. Okay? So, but in reality, it's really 3 months. If so, say, with 4 alternates, just like is 3 elements. 3 signs for each of 4 elements. So now you have 12 zodiacs. But the thing about the 12 is the 4. Okay? You know how you have your 3, your 6, your 9, and your 12, just like the clock. It's a compass. On the compass, it goes around the 360. Okay? So the 3 and the 6 and the 9 and the 12, that's north, west, east, and south. Okay? So when you look at the pyramid, I'll be trying to tell y'all, delta means denoting new energy. You could look it up in science. It means denoting new energy. And then in math, with the symbol, it means change in movement. When you're dealing with triangle and X, it means one means change. No, I think X means change. I think if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. It's either the other way around. And delta means movement. So triangle X means change in movement. And that's what goes on when you look at lasso. When you used to look at all the arrows and stuff. All right. So if it was a repeat, low key, January will line up to October. Because December was September, so January would be October. So the thing about July and October already by itself that deals with a quarter, dealing with the gates of the Ezekiel wheel. But what it was talking about was carbon, denoting a higher state. There's only a reason to be talking about it now because it's actually happening now. As the ozone layer depletes, you get exposed to the real sun. It's not saying that the sun is about to do some shit. If anything, they'll say they are trying to blow it up. If anything, the sun is already lit like that, my nigga. You feel me? It's already lit like that. The ozone layer is just depleting. So you get exposed to more light. But it takes a certain amount of years for it to happen. So as it goes through the cycle, if you wanted to call it dimensions of time, it would be a year. As it goes around the 360, 4 quarters through every 3 months. But thing about this shit that's crazy is the shit that we're going through is like a global conscious project, and it's like it has a timeline with the dimensions. So as we're traveling and our solar systems is coming together, because really they say it's already a binary system, but they're saying it's coming together as a tri-solar system, which makes sense because everything works in trinities. It's just it needs a rebirth of that so it denotes itself into a higher state. And that's just how it goes higher and higher and higher as the trinities form together. So think about 3, 6, 9, 12. Even if you go higher, you're still saying the same shit. Damn. So the thing about January has meaning, but I'm gonna just say January is October, because I say either is it the solar or the lunar shit they going off. Either I'm breaking it down, because remember the lunar is tied to the sun anyways, manipulating it so they can do lunar activities. But a lot of lunar shit actually deals with the sea. So definitely, especially dealing with the tides, but at the same time, the type of creatures that's in the sea, a lot of them are lunar creatures. And lunar just still means light. And the fact that it's be yellow and shit, gold, that might actually been dealing with the yellow sun, the G2. But the G2 must has to deal with the moon manipulation going out, because the message that was sent to the military like in 1976 or whatever, or to the people, I can't remember. Kalai got it on his YouTube. But that shit it was saying they can't go past 5D. And then that actually goes right back to like the fifth heaven and Enoch and shit, when he got checked and was like telling them, I know pretty much the truth of what be going on. Why would I take place and shit that goes against me and pretty much God, pretty much, if anything. So like once he did that, he went to the 7th gate and higher, and talk about the 6th gate. If anything, the 6th gate was what he was trying to warn them about. Because the thing is, the 6th gate goes back to the 6th period of time in history. The only reason I'm going back on this over again because These are the last months of the 6D on a physical state. The thing is, when it denotes itself on a physical state, you physically start seeing those things that happened back in that time. So we want to go back in time real quick. Go to the 5th and 6th period of time. I haven't looked this shit up in a minute, but yeah, list of time, Middle Ages. No. Mm, should say Taco Bell. Come on, bro. Let's just say carbon Nephirus, period. Hold on, y'all. Let me see if I could just find a little something before I move on. Alright, so the Carboniferous. The Carboniferous is a geologic period, and system of Paleozoic that spans 60 million years from the Devonian period, 358.9 million years ago, to the beginning of Permian period, 289 point ma, which means million years ago. In North America, the Carboniferous is often treated as two separate geological periods, the early Mississippian and the later Pennsylvanian. It sounds like Transylvania. But the name Carboniferous means coal bearing from Latin carbo, coal, and ferro bear carry, and refers to many coal beds formed globally during that time. The first of the modern system names is coined by geologists William Conybeare and William Phillips in 1822, based on the study of British rock succession. Carboniferous is a period during which both terrestrial animals and land plant life was well established. Whatever that word is, y'all see that right there. Stegocephalia. I don't know if I said that right. But y'all could try to pronounce it too, right there. You feel me? That's what I'm reading. You know? So, excuse me. Let's read on. Hey, we're talking about the 5th period of time and the 6th period of time, and how it's time back down to January and the last couple of months. Anyways, during the preceding Devonian period became Pentadactylus. During the Carboniferous, the period is sometimes called the Age of the Amphibians due to diversification of early amphibians such as Temnospondyls. What the hell is that? I click on that real quick. It's a diverse ancient order to a small giant tetrapod. Alright. That flourished worldwide during the Carboniferous, Permian, blah, blah, blah. Old red sandstone, Carboniferous limestone, millstone, grit, coal measured. That kind of ties back to the SARS shit. I feel like really that's how people bodies turn in the stone in the first place. Some shit like that. And they low-key showed it on the mummy from a sandstorm. Like not the Jericho, but the radio, whatever the fuck they call it. Yeah, but anyways, let's not even get into that. Because really, they got videos on YouTube, if you look it up. And it talks about the animals that were around. And people are seeing all types of dragons and whoop-de-whoop just pop up. I'm telling you, 6D, 6 ether activating. I wish I had somebody that can really explain 6 ether because I really haven't heard that but animal genetics and different type of beings that be popping up that look like animals. So I was thinking to myself, that deals with a shift, but it also deals with like a 2020 shift because really that's what happened in 2020. A shift happened, denoted now a trinity has been formed going to 2023, still 2023, but that's what I'm saying. A trinity is being formed, which makes the 6. The 6 denotes the 7. So the 7 cycle denotes itself on a physical state from April to April. You feel me? But the thing about the 6 is when that's a split of the parallel dealing with the flip, the reflection of itself. It's really not the opposite, it's just a reflection of itself, just like a mirror. So that deals with a joining also because we're reaching, it's going to seem like a joining because you're going to start seeing the things that's joined. Because really it has to be like 4 suns or something like that or more. Because it's like the sun state is going to be at a G4 state, and that's past the timeline. And that's most likely where we're at our higher state, past the timeline. You feel me? Most of us may have made it out of the timeline and already went past the timeline, and you're just through intuition figuring shit out that you already know because you already been here. There would be no deja vu if you've never been here. So this timeline that's being revealed, this 3,600 years that's being revealed to everyone, right? They say Nemesis come around 3,600 years, right? It's tying to the cycle 3, 6, 9, because that's tying to your DNA cycle and the sun cycle, the universal cycle. It's just the 12 is the rebirth. That's still a 3. So when you take away that 12 and make it a 3, now you have the ending of the timeline. Tying back to 3,600 years. The thing is, it's going to be 3,600 hertz type shit. When it goes to the G4 state, nothing toxic can't even float. Zap. You feel me? Like, because that's straight UVC. Like, it's already killed things like that, so it'll be zap. So, right now, we're dealing with the G2 state, which ties to pretty much 2 neuromelanins to 1 atom, which makes trinities. So pretty much your cells are duplicating in 3s during cellular subdivision, right? But it's something about this word. If you ever look at all the strains that's been going around, be having a V2 to it, right? And when I look V2 up, a rocket pops up. But the V2, the V means a lot of things, right? Like variant, velocity, voltage, victory, like they used in World War II, talking about some World War II shit over here. But the V2 deals with the G2 state. And I believe that deals with a charge when the hertz go past 2023. So if you guys remember, I said the 6 deals with 2070, 2160. Alright, so I was saying the timeline deals with this. So this would be a quarter, 3 months. So it would take 3 months for it to settle. And then it goes into that high, it starts, denotes itself into this, then denotes itself into that, then denotes itself into that. The 9 settles by January 27th. Okay? We're gonna have to name this video January 27th because July has 4 alternates of itself coming from a Lionsgate portal, but the dragon has 3 other faces. Okay? The dragon is the body. Okay? So, dealing with the Kundalini rising up this, you feel me? So look, 3 months, 3 months, 3 months, 3 months. 3, 6, 9, 12. That's a cycle still as it goes through the year. 3, 6, 9, 12 is like the rebirth. So when this denotes, by January 27th, it's going to start settling. And it's going to denote this for the last 3 months. So then that will be settled by April. Now you're going into your prophecies dealing with the 7 trumps and all this extra shit. You feel me? The 7 elders, the 7 thunders, all that shit dealing with, but in my eyes, it deals with a cycle still. And you have to remember the cycle is you. At the end of the day, it's your DNA. It's the study, is your DNA, period. So if you're trying to tap into some shit, just remember that. Because I believe it's the truth. Because as long as you're hearing it, maybe when you get sleepy, or feel me, might dream about some shit. But look though, the DNA's been resonating to this. If you've been looking at any of the past videos of other people, a lot of stuff been being revealed about this time. It still go maybe the like 1700s, but a lot of this been going on. Okay? The thing about this, what I say is weird, is we are in the middle of 2023. Is in the middle of this shit. But the energy is rising and is matching to where we at in the present. That's when the split joins. Because with this split, you're pretty much dealing with BC on this side, BC on the yellow, and AD on the other side. So this V2 charge deals with a strong charge that's going on. Okay? Dang, it's been 30 minutes. All right, so yeah, the DNA resonates with the hertz. So if the DNA is resonating with a hertz that's past this, if you are aware, people has been having an awakening, but they've been revealing the timeline. Okay? This is when it gets a little weird, you feel me? Because you have to, you can't contradict yourself, because most of the time you'd be like, oh, we already been here before. You feel me? Or have deja vu moments and shit. You know you have deja vu moments. That comes off of memory. So that means you were remembering a past life in the present. And then you up your frequency. Like, say if you were up in your frequency, you go past the timeline. Because you done made it to your higher self and start learning and shit. So, like, because really it all comes back to common sense. It's like, after a while, you wouldn't even look at this shit like anything great. You're just going to be like normally just doing shit. Because really, that's what it needs to come back down to. Common sense. Because you have common ground wherever you go. The air is literally you. The ground is literally you. The water, fire is literally you, my guy. So it's like, you're the we really them sons, you feel me? You can, like, the crazy thing is, I know nobody's taking this seriously, but this is dead ass the distraction that's been fucking going on. You have to understand this. This is called the 6 ether cycle, or the 6 ether timeline. Feel me? You're not gonna hear this shit nowhere else. But this is the 6 ether timeline. And we're in the middle of it. Okay? You have to realize what I'm trying to say is time is a measurement, and the years is a measurement, hertz is a measurement, and it's all a measurement of frequencies and energy cycles, which ties down to you and the geographical land and all different types of dimensions. You feel me? Frequencies and geometrical shapes. You feel me? That's what we on. Frequencies and geometrical shapes. Because it's making configurations in your body which denotes energies. So look, we being in the middle of 1890, 19, we're in the middle of that shit. So it's going to be a Mandela flip. It was going to be a joining together. That's why there's a video already out of the shit I've been fucking saying. This is what I've been saying, y'all. Like, because, you know, it's no cap. We just breaking this down energy cycle. I mean, I'm pretty sure we'll be straight. I just know it's about to be a shift. It's about to be weird, apparently. And then it kind of ties back to Halloween actually being January 31st this year. The pole shift is going to turn up so strong on February 8th, just like the Lions Gate on 8/8. It's going to be February 8th, okay? I'm explaining the Ezekiel wheel if you're not hearing what I'm saying. This is me explaining Ezekiel's will. One of these is a lion's gate. One of them is a goat's gate. One of them is an eagle's gate. One of them is a snake's gate. And it activates the dragon. Okay? It brings the dragon into a higher state. Okay? But these entities, they can't go past 5D. So really 5D is denoted already, but 6D is settling. That's why this year, 2023, you start seeing people on the planes, start seeing reptilians and all types of shit. And that's why, because 6 ether timeline is settling. The frequencies, these are hertz, but the hertz are actually years when it's tying to your DNA, dealing with memory. So being aware of it, I'm trying to tell you, if we've been going up a timeline, like 5D before this goes to the 1700s and the 1600s, whoop-de-woo, you feel me? It goes back. And 4D actually denoted itself at 1,440 hertz, which makes 144, which activated your higher self. Because if you look at the chakras, it goes up to like 900. So anything past 800, 900, that's higher chakras. Like now you're in ascension mode to go higher. You feel me? Because now your body frequency is tuning into the sun and raising what you've been exposed to and using that to create more energy and go higher. Because if your body is matching it, then your cells are reproducing to get more of a charge. So now that's allowing you to actually do more and actually remember, because a lot of the times it be happening already, you just don't remember. Because your memory, your cells are being clogged up by junk. Shit that's made to help you not to remember. So now you have nature to help you remember through these times and help repair your body before they try to destroy a lot of shit. Really, they're not going to be able to destroy everything, but it's just going to be a lot of calamities, because a lot of stuff that were built ain't built for this time. Even with a lot of the AI shit, like if the satellites go down, how is Tesla going to be able, how are these not even Tesla, I'm going to just say self-powered cars. How are these self-powered cars going to be able to drive when satellites and all types of shit go down during the solar flares? Like, like planes, all type of shit, you feel me? That shit crazy. That's why they always got the boats in the movies. Really, the smartest thing is probably just to chill. 40 days, 40 nights. And wait till this shit all over with. But, I mean, if you can somehow come to that point. Anyways, I'm getting off topic. Alright, so let's get back to January. Okay. If y'all peep this, you got your blue sun, your red sun. Alright? Well, I'm gonna just say this sun is blue and then this sun is red. It's a two-face, kind of like Gemini, right? Or the twin, or like, all the Castor Pollux Because Castor and Pollux is actually got the same alignment going on type shit. They have a red sun and a blue sun, okay? Meaning it's a binary system, and it denotes itself and connects to Orion. Whoop-de-whoop. And some more shit. Or a micron, one of them. Dealing with the belt, though, that's how everything's, like I've been saying that we're going back to Gemini because in my eyes, Gemini connects above and below. And from what I've been seeing through since I've been saying that, I'm seeing red sun, blue Katrina connecting above and below or connecting the parallels together. So let's see what they had to say about January. Okay, January, as we know, is the first month of the year that contains 31 days. The term originated before the year 1000 from Middle English, ultimately deriving from Latin now Janarius, equivalent to anus, or Janus. In ancient Roman culture, Anus was a god, doorways, beginnings, and risings and settlings of the sun. His name comes from Latin Jonas, meaning doorway, archway, arcade. Okay? So when you look at this doorway, are dealing with arcade lights. I had a dream that it was like it looked pretty fake, but it came out pretty real, and it was like pretty much flying around, all type shit, different colors, and like people were scared, and things were getting blown up at the same time. But anyways, I'm not saying that's gonna happen, but I just remember that dream. But meaning doorways, so pretty much that just means portals. Okay, so the thing about January, it matches up with April, and April matches up with July, and July ends up matching up with October. But January is October. So why you think it actually gets cold January? It gets the coldest in the fall, right? When this fall starts. Fall begins September 23rd. So December 23rd to now, the fall equinox of the first day autumn arrives Saturday, 23rd, 2023. So boom, that was December when that shit really happened. That was the fall equinox. Okay. But it was really a rise. It's just they could try to combat since then pretty much more in the air again because it was getting pretty warm. Um, October. Let's look up some shit. So I should have looked this up beforehand, but alright. So we got some dates though. Swedish and Japanese. Why does it say deaths? We need events, my guy. Alright, so we got some events. So all this right here, 5D shit. Well, 5 and 6. It's still 6. See, ties back to that bullshit. Alright, where we at? Dang, son. I was trying to see something. But anyways, January deals with that Lionsgate portal. Pretty much lining up with Sirius, denoting itself into a higher state. So what's a tiger? Cap. Yeah, alright, so what I was saying, the 270 is the 9, supposedly. And when that settles, it actually begins the rebirth. So then that would be February, March, April. That's your rebirth. After January 27th denotes that energy into a higher state. It's just as from now to then, it's going to be denoting a futuristic type of mindset. Mostly you're already feeling it right now, but if you're not keeping the blue light within you truthful to yourself, then the clarity might get a little mixed up and become anxiety, and you don't want that. So you have to, feel me, keep the truth open and let it match the heart. So we're gonna call this the goat portal, the sea goat portal of January 27th, right? Because the thing, what it does is it lines up with Sirius, because Sirius is actually a portal to the A, B, C, and X, and that's where all these solar flares is actually tying down to, because it ties down to your A, your A, your B. This is your C, because in Greek, C means gamma. So this is your C to denote the higher state, which is the diamond. For dealing with this parallel in that diamond, it deals with this timeline on this realm. So has pretty much been the biggest distraction, because I've been repeating myself because I don't think nobody get it yet. Maybe you do, maybe you don't, but it doesn't seem like it. But people are still tying down to what I'm trying to say. It's just I'm literally showing you because it's a cycle. So them 4 quarters, because I always show you 4 different time dates or time years, like 4 different years for each state. You have your 3, your 6, your 9, your 12 for each state. So the planets going into the sixth state, that's going to be settled, meaning it's going to be permanent. Okay? As the 7 is denoting itself. So now you start dealing with that timeline moving forward, dealing with the prophecies and all that has already been happening. But that ties, the thing about the 7, it ties to the 2500s. It starts off at 2100, but it goes to like 2500 before it goes into the 8. That's why I say we still in the 6, because we're not there yet. Okay? It's going to take, a lot of shit's going to be breaking down now, yes, correct, but it's not going to be over on a physical state. But we're dealing with ethers on a physical state, which is dealing with our ethers on a physical state. Not you and the astros on a spiritual state, or you just being you state. Period. I'm saying the body, nigga, like people been waiting on. That's literally happening on a physical state now. You wouldn't be surprised a lot of people get released out of jail. Because if they don't, they're gonna get killed. But that's just some places. Maybe all places, but I don't think everyone's gonna be like that. I think some people just actually end up helping each other. But a lot of people are angry. A lot of bad shit's been going on. And they be having generators when the city go out and shit still. But I believe that shit going out. Anyways, I'm just saying because once we get to this gate, this seagull gate is denoting itself. Y'all need to understand that. Once we get to the sea goat gate, it's going to be denoting itself for that shit to actually happen. Because the energy has to be here for it to actually reveal itself. And that's what's happening. And it's just we're dealing with 2000 hertz and higher. So that's why the V2 is us. Because 2 megahertz is 2000. So that ties to a year dealing with memory. Not saying like go listen to 2000 hertz. I mean, you can if you want to, but it ties to memory. Like coming off the sun. Like it's going into a higher state and it's revealing the 3600 years to the DNA, the sun. And as it does that, it's waking people up. It's repairing the cells, so it's repairing the memory. But if you're going against it, then you're making it hard on yourself. Trust me, you don't want to do that. So, I say get back on fast if you haven't, because this is the sus moment that niggas been waiting for. I truly believe this is a sus moment. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. And either way it go, I'm about to just live my life. For me. But I think you're gonna see a lot of beings or people shifting or some weird ass shit that we don't want to deal with that we've been acting like it's just sweet and it's really not sweet. We had so much time to like do shit. But I mean, like, I'm not fearmonger. I'm just saying it is what it is at this point. Nigga, get ready. That's all I'm saying. Because the thing is, your body activates in defense through these shits, just like a superhero movie. It deals with a so-called emotion called madness and sadness. It deals with your chaos energy, dealing with your heart too, and your crown, right? But depending on, know what I'm saying, mad and fear. Like, say I got scared, but I got mad at the fact that I was getting scared of the situation that I thought was about to happen. So it you can activate something, like the movies, like they might get mad or something, and then they power activate. I'm not saying go get mad. I'm just saying shit operates out of chaos sometimes. That's why they're trying to bring order and chaos. But there's order and chaos. But for them, it's money and chaos. But really, it has to be more than that. It has to be deeper than that. Because at that point, they don't really give a fuck about money. It's no way in hell they're losing money. So is these niggas in debt with just some rich ass niggas? Because they the ones investing. And then if it's really that deep, just get them rich niggas to pay for the debt altogether. But that's what I'm saying. It can't be that. So what is going on behind the scene of the harvesting people, kids and shit? Because it seems like a lot of people are eating it. Like, shit's weird, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like, too much of self can cause problems like that too. It's just like an octopus when he sprays his melanin, sprays his ink. It sprays the black ink, right? Sprays the black ink. If he gets trapped in it, it causes respiratory system and problems and all types of shit like that. So, foods with spike protein, man. Just watch what you eat too much of while these higher energies is denoting, because you have to realize these portals is actually charges to the planet, to the point you might actually see sparks in the goddamn ground. If you go ground right now while it's cold as fuck, your feet's gonna heat up. The ground's gonna heat up like a stovetop. Dead ass. Like, stop playing. Y'all know this cold shit come from heat. Like, but the thing is, it all comes to an end. The sea goat still look like the Baphomet. And that ties back down the ball and the ox, which ties back down to Zeus. You see, dang. So, the sea goat, we gonna have to look into this sea goat shit now. And then the sea goat constellation looked like a craft. Yeah, intriguing. Intriguing. But yeah, bro. Some things might be tying back down to Moloch and some more shit. For shit show. Yeah. This portal is definitely going to reveal things. The next one after January 27th, because it's dang the Super Bowl like right before the gate fully intensifies, and that goes back to the pole shift. Shifting back to 72 where they actually got niggas lined up before a war, right? Niggas trying to fight for that for the command post that harness that shit. For real, for real. Niggas be trying to harness motherfucking energy. Like China and them already harnessing higher energy because they dealing with the 7D already. But then that ties back to us at the same time because Asia's actually right next to us, right next to Canada. Let me get off here.